I've
So I'll start off our first session by saying I am not as good at DM as Casey and Steve, and y'all can just get over that straight away. Once we've all crossed that bridge, everything else will go much more smoothly for everyone. That said, yeah, the first session for today is really supposed to be just like talking through character creation, talking through who you're going to play or thinking about playing, kind of get other people's ideas. We can weave together some narratives and figure out how the party has come together, and like level and items and that sort of thing. Be some stuff there too. Does anyone have any questions before we start?
I guess my only question was, it was a little unclear exactly what the campaign, what exactly was going to be happening in the campaign.
Yes. Okay. So that's a great question. So part of that will depend on the answer to this next question. Austin.
Yeah.
Are you planning on continuing to play Seraph?
You guys know I love playing Seraph, but I don't want to be like a one-trick pony. I want to be like
You're
very
good.
open. I have a whole plan of how to continue playing Seraph. It's my like probably what I do, but I do also have like other ideas for characters if that's not what we want to do.
Okay,
Can I hear both of what the options would be?
So yes, there are two options. I can railroad you a little, and either option will work with some of the ideas that I have, but I can also just like be flexible in whatever the party wants to do. But my current thinking, the current thing that I've like got in my head is the campaign picks up with his like almost hair's breadth after where we left off, which is okay, well, y'all are in Blackburn, and that shit is burning to the ground. What do you do? And I have some hooks for how to, move things in a certain direction or other directions, but also so that's hook A. Hook A is it's a beat afterwards. The fire is burning down all around you. If Grace decides she wants to play Eris, then Eris and Seraph and other people in Blackburn are kind of doing the long, slow, kind of fucked up march through the darkness toward anything that is not the burning rubble that is formerly known as Blackburn. Because if memory serves, Steve, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, there was a dragon whose blood was turning all of the citizenry into kobolds. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. So anyone who wants to play kobold, this is a fine time for it. I don't know if they're a playable character race, but if they are,
they are. They
fully
are.
Go. There we go.
They have some nutty tactics too.
They have pack tactics.
They have this thing where they can cower in fear, giving their teammates advantages to attack. So
okay. That's very strange, but okay. I have to check out kobold. But yeah. So ostensibly, it would be the party is in Blackburn and they are working on their way toward somewhere. Now, is that going to be Grey Watch? Definitely, not necessarily, but that is my other hook, which is that the party that we pick up in Grey Watch and we skip some of the exposition from Point Blackburn from Point B to Point G, as it were. Or y'all could be like, fuck this. Fuck you and your carefully laid plans, Bobby. We're going to go sailing back over to the fucking island that we skipped like 17 sessions ago.
I mean, as is the nature of D&D.
As is the nature of D&D, that's right. As we call it, the go bowling approach.
Over to your players, and then they throw it overboard.
Yes.
One time that happened.
God. What's up, Steve? You want us to sail to this island? You have the whole boat prepared? We're not going to do that.
No. Let's go to this third place that is neither of the two options that we told you last week we were deciding between.
Glavin, you have 3 different options for how this combat could end? Great, we didn't do any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just D&D. That's what makes it fun.
We decided to use Leaf on a Wind and a K point within 15 seconds of one another.
Right.
Anyway, so I don't know. So that I can be flexible with some of that, but But yes, Sereth is viable in either or any of the ways that I'm thinking about it. So if you want to keep playing him, I am curious. I'll say but again, don't feel any pressure. You can make a new character if you want. But I am curious what Sereth the Bard looks and feels like compared to Sereth the Warlock, who is.
I'm
no
gonna be
longer...
honest. It wouldn't be that different. Here's why. Here's my pitch for how I would play Sereth. Sereth, even as a bard, I don't think you get, starting as a bard, 3 instrument proficiencies. I don't think Sereth would suddenly know how to play an instrument.
Right.
So I think I would go swords bard.
Okay.
And I would have some of the spells that Magpie would do.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also give inspiration and healing word and cutting words in the same way that Captain would do while dual wielding swords, very much like Captain, so like either side of me.
Yeah.
I'd probably talk a lot less, and I'd probably pick up a bit of an alcohol problem. The other thing I was thinking though is I think it would be really interesting to play with like the residuum that was pumping through my blood when a full-on demon that was exorcised from me. Those two things, like having a weird connection some way, and now I'm like a sorcerer as well, so like doing a weird multi-class.
That'd be cool.
That's sort of what I'm going on right now.
I like the
Just
idea of
being
Sereth becoming like a tapestry of his like Jungian archetypes that popped up in his fucked up magic trip. It's pretty funny.
So a question that's kind of important then, is there going to be like a smidge of Eduardo Silvertooth in there, like the part of you that you really fucking hate about yourself?
Oh, that, and I think Cletus as well.
Okay.
There has to be a lot of like my own insecurities is like fully Cletus coming in. Like,
that's great because that was my second character idea. No, just kidding.
I can't do it anymore. No, for sure. I think it would be really, really fun to also play on like the Inception thing of like, all right, how do I know this isn't also part of the dream, though? Like, what if I never woke up? So there's also this part of me where it's like, oh, you're going to kill me? Yeah, do it. Maybe I'll just wake up, you know?
I dare you. So you're playing Sereth then?
I really want to, but I also have other... like,
do it.
Then do it.
Okay,
do it.
Then do it.
Do it.
Okay.
I also really like the idea of this being like an anthology series. Because it really is something where it's cool, where it's like, we could go to every town and be like, how does this town deal with not having any darkness, and see all of these people, which is sort of what we're doing, which is cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm going to cross off one of my character ideas.
It was a Sereth.
Like, was it Calixtus? No.
I was going to be a drow bounty hunter after Sereth.
Oh. Grace actually asked, she's like, so is Casey gonna play Calixtus again? And I was like, no. Casey, that character probably, I mean, you could if you wanted to, but that character probably has to stay retired.
We're like, everyone loves Calixtus, but Calixtus's story is just, it's too good. It's too done right. It's like a bad sequel where it's like, it ended perfectly, and then for no reason we resurrected it again and made it.
Somehow, Palpatine returned.
Yes, good. An example that came, of course, from nowhere.
Out of thin air. It's not something that still bothers me.
I don't know. I like thinking that Casey, in our first time through, created our big bad, and then we're just gonna have to figure out what happens eventually.
Yeah. And then he helped you by making sure that Persone wasn't in you anymore. What a good friend.
I don't want... that's what I'm most terrified about playing Sereth, is that if Calixtus comes back, I'm going to be like, alright, listen, I've got a lot of questions. Are you my friend? Are you not? It's going to be great.
Calixtus is everybody's friend.
That's right.
Everybody and nobody's friend.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, so Austin playing Sereth. That leads me to the next and most natural, easy question. Grace, you have Eris as an option, but you are not required in any way. You can make a new character. You can lean into that a little bit, or you can continue playing Eris.
Put on the spot, Bob. I specifically asked you if I should have anything prepared or think about anything.
I said you don't need to have anything prepared. No.
You
It's a
don't have to think about
conversation.
anything beforehand.
You don't.
You know me though. I
Yeah,
have
that's
to
true.
think through things. You're like, okay, now make decisions. But I will say, for my tired brain, at least Eris is already created.
That is fair.
So it does take a load off of my overscheduled life.
Yeah. And you have a relationship with Sareth?
Play through yet.
Yeah.
And you can carry Griffin around like in a bag.
That's what I was gonna ask. If
in my pocket.
If you have to have Griffin's head, right? That's the most insane thing.
Head is my
At least for a while, yeah. Griffin is still currently a party member, sort of. He's a fifth of a party member.
The good thing is that if he gets annoying, you just put him in a box.
Yeah. And you just hope that the box doesn't count as armor.
That's right, because then you're in for a bad time.
Yeah, don't leave the head in there for an hour, because then.
Okay, so that part is easy enough. All right. All right. So. Well, really,
I really like the idea of Casey playing one of the bounty hunters looking for me, though. That's so good.
If he wants to do it, like, there may be enough of a driving force in your circumstances to be like, fuck, okay, fine, we'll work together for now, but later I'm taking you down. I'm taking you down under, as it were.
Taking you down under.
I guess here's the most important question, though. Casey, can you do an Australian accent?
No, I can't.
See, well, off the table.
Right, I don't want it anymore. I don't want it.
You don't want that in your life.
I kind of do.
Also, like, my character ID was like a Drow Ranger.
But that's never been done before. It's unique.
Yeah, it's totally new.
Yeah, you know what you should do? You should have a panther companion.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and your name should be Durden or Driss.
Nailed it. Oh my god.
Well,
bunch of nerds.
So the story we have so far is Sarah wakes up. Is that what we're going with? That's that sort of angle, or do you want to skip to the Sarah's now in whatchamacallit?
I personally, I would be very cool with starting in Blackburn, because I have some ideas for how things could potentially play out that would, offer the opportunity to railroad you toward where I have ideas. But again, you can say, no, we want to go over here, and we're going to do that. And that's
well, if that's what you're excited about, we should do that.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
All right.
So I have a question for Steve.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You were all like, I want to play Tom. Wasn't the last thing that we heard was Tom saying we're going to burn down the library and then burn down the library?
Yeah. So?
Isn't Tom the person that we're running away from?
Yeah, well, Tom's allegiances are very fluid.
So
also, there's one very important thing that you haven't considered yet, Sareth, about Tom's relationship to you.
Yeah? What's that?
You still have the Iron Crown on.
I was going to give it to him in the first game, Steven.
Oh, no!
And technically, Tom swore fealty to the Iron Crown. So,
oh my god.
It's one of those things, is the helmet a deific object or not? It's one of these anyway. So that would be my rationale.
There were a lot of things I thought about. I was like, okay, well, obviously I wouldn't have the Hat of Disguise anymore. Obviously I wouldn't have my warlock pact thing, which is good because I don't need that anymore. I wouldn't have, my Dust of Tracelessness. Forgot! Still have the fucking crown stapled to my skull.
So I would figure Tom would come in one of two ways. One, he would totally switch sides again. Or he would start the game that you guys have captured Tom. Like he starts the game like tied up. Just like shit. I really fucked up.
I love both of these options.
I mean, it could be that both are true. Like, like he starts the game tied up, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm with you guys. Fuck it." Like,
what would Tom be?
That's the good question. I actually think he could be one of 5 character classes. He could be a rogue. Well, he could be a rogue or a fighter. He could be a ranger. He could be a sorcerer, or he could be a monk.
A monk.
A monk.
Yeah.
The monk is like the least likely, but he could be because.
But yes, because there was when I was thinking about it, when I was thinking about the times where he would go, he'd be like, "Yeah, I can get that," and I was imagining as he goes off and he stunning strikes them and he carries them back and puts them on the ground in front of Calixtus. So I could see it.
Yeah, and so sorcerer would be that he was an apprentice nilbog. Like, he had the potential to be a nilbog, but the problem is he was allergic to chicken feathers, so he scrubbed out of the program. And then ranger and rogue and fighter is just kind of just goblin shit. There's nothing special about it. But anyway, those would be I haven't decided yet. So that was one option for a character, would be playing Tom O'Bedlam, the goblin, the turncoat goblin, who would officially fill the role of that fucking guy. Like, that would be his party role. And then my other idea, because I didn't know what we're doing, if we were looking for people who came looking for... This isn't the idea you're thinking of, Bob. This is a second. This is another idea. Though that's another idea, but let me go through this one
now
first.
I've got to hear it.
Well, so the other idea, he said members of the library task force who came here to rescue Bledna. It would be part of the library task force, but they're not there to rescue Bledna. They're there to collect the book that Griffin stole because they're from the restricted section.
Very nice.
And he's a worshiper of Saint Vecna, the god of knowledge and secrets, who works for So it turns out that the restricted section of the library are all part of a Vecna cult. Like, because it is their job to take these dangerous things and seal them away where nobody can ever read them, which is 100% Vecna's bag. So I was like, yeah, he'd totally be a Vecna cultist. Like, so, and his job is to collect the book. Like, he came here to collect the book, but that was a long time ago. And he's seen some stuff since then, and he doesn't like it. But that would be definitely that would be more of a marriage of convenience sort of thing, where like he helps people out, but he's not super happy about it. So I'm less wild about that idea. And my third idea is that I played Harold.
Hilarious.
I still love that.
Harold is real? What the fuck? Why are you all just playing this game just to drive me into an asylum?
Anyway, that was my third idea.
I don't care.
Yeah. I was so excited. He told me that. I was like, ooh.
That would be very fun.
I like all of those.
But
any of those could work really well.
It'll depend on what Casey decides to play too.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm happy to work with what's left here.
Yeah.
I have a few different character ideas. So the first idea was what I called the God Chosen, an egocentric sorcerer who's using the divine soul.
Yeah, figured.
Who basically totally believes that they're chosen by the gods to ascend to godhood. They have to go through the darkness for their trials and whatnot, and perhaps something that's in the darkness is that they have to discover as part of that. The trick would be like, because they're so egocentric, it's just like they take on airs above everybody else. Was the one character idea. And then everybody is her followers.
Maybe Sareth would not like her. That's awesome.
Another one idea was I was gonna be I was looking at barbarian. I was like, well, maybe there's like a barbarian tribe that was in this area, but he lost his tribe. Like they all got converted, or something terrible happened to him, and he just basically out for revenge. And then I have the nerdy necromancer.
The nerdy necromancer? What makes the necromancer nerdy, out of curiosity?
He only studied necromancy as in theory. Was part of the
Oh.
he
He's a graduate student, Bob.
application to anything until the darkness struck, and then sometimes you have to outweigh the moral weight with field testing.
Field testing.
That's awesome.
Sorry, I'm just imagining Dan Aykroyd now all of a sudden from Ghostbusters. You've never been out of college. You don't know what it's like out there. I've worked in the private sector. They expect results.
That's great.
Then I also thought I could bring back Captain Wizard because he's a goblin.
Captain Wizard, yeah.
I don't think I know Captain Wizard.
It was from Mason's game where we were a part of your goblins. And Captain Wizard believed himself to be a hero and a wizard and an expert in all things arcane. But he was a sorcerer and had no training in arcane.
But we all believed him. Everything he said.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a powerful magic spell. Okay, the captain says it's a powerful magic spell.
And then my final idea would be kind of hard to do, but I bring in a gust of Sunglory.
Oh, ooh, that would be cool. It'd be
kind of hard to pull off, but he was a fun character.
He's from the same setting,
the
yeah.
Knights of the Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's the Knights of the Rose guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what is this?
So all of these games are kind of sort of taking place in the same campaign setting that I've been running for the past 5 years or so. And so the second game I ran in this setting, this is Casey's character from there. He's a paladin that belongs to a knightly order, the Order of the Rose, which kind of turned into the Order of the Rosé, where their motto is Rosé all day, and they were famous for their brunch. Cool guys, a knightly order, let's get them. But also loved waffles.
Hospitality and that sort of thing is very core belief system. Loyal to the crown.
So good.
And then, he was a fun character. But Captain Wizard is also in the same world, so
yeah.
So I'm going to say that your first character did the Egotistical Priest. I think that's a little too close to Calixtus.
Calixtus? Yeah, I was feeling that as well.
True, but he was a sorcerer.
Okay. Yeah, egotistical divine soul sorcerer.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, still thematically, kind of close to Calixtus. I feel it.
Yeah.
That's my only note on that one. But otherwise, it sounds like it would be fun.
Sounds great.
My inspiration for her was, if anybody's seen Apple TV C. So there's a queen on there, and she's just incredible the way she talks. I don't know if I can. It's okay, but she's just this really terrible character, but the way she talks to everybody is amazing. Anyways, that was my kind of inspiration for that character. So I'll cross that one off though. I'll save that one for later.
Oh, see, that's the show where everyone's blind. Okay, we haven't seen it yet, but we've seen the ads for it.
What?
Yeah, it's got what's his name? Is it Jason Momoa?
Yeah, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, and now the guy who plays the guy from Groot, Drax. Yes,
is his brother.
Yeah, Drax, he's in the second.
Yes, he's in the second season.
Is that the one where they're Vikings or something? Yeah.
Kind of.
No, not Vikings.
Well, they kind of have a tribal thing where no one can see except for these two babies, and some stuff happens.
Yeah, so the premise of C is there was a terrible virus that took humanity's vision, or like the only people that survived were blind. It's kind of iffy, but it's like hundreds of years into the future, and then all humanity, they don't have vision anymore, and then like these kids are born with vision, and everybody freaks out. And
Yes, because they didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's my obligatory joke.
Whew, now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
That sounds like a cool show.
Yeah, it's a good show. We were not impressed by the second season ending though, but that's okay. Like everything up into that very last episode.
Okay. Well,
anyways, that's what I got.
Well, yeah. I could definitely see several of the ideas that you brought up. I mean, I feel like it would be pretty easy to be like, hey, yeah, I was part of this tribe, but then all this weird shit happened in the darkness, and your tribe could have been corrupted by the nether influence of the darkness, like some certain dwarves that we met.
Yeah.
They could have just vanished mysteriously. Like any number of terrible things could have happened to your tribe. So 100%, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was like I if we need this kind of character, then I could play that pretty easily enough. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever you guys think, I'm okay with.
Which is your favorite idea, Casey?
Yeah, agreed.
My favorite idea?
Sorcerer.
If it's a sorcerer, go with the sorcerer.
List them off again.
So I have the God Chosen,
Divine Soul Sorcerer,
Lost Chief, Nerdy Necromancer, Captain Wizard,
that's right. Nerdy
and
Necromancer.
the Paladin of Rose.
Yeah.
I put a lot in there because I was like, well, I don't know who's gonna play what, so I like to fill different roles.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw a thing out there for a potential link. It could be that the Nerdy Necromancer, as a graduate student, studied at the school where Jasper Vanderbilt is an instructor, and has like some ties to go find Eris. She owes me, and go get her.
Oh, right, because Jasper Vanderbilt has to actually be real, because he's connected to Eris.
In theory, yes.
Watching Austin's wheels spin on what is real and what is not is like 90% of this game.
Yeah, it's really fun for you guys, and y'all have fucked me to try to remember what is real and what is not, and what is maybe potentially gray areas. Oh god, is that why the gray is in the title here? Oh, okay, this is fun.
Now
we're having fun. We're having fun.
You're really spitting out of control over there.
No, it's great. It's really fun. We play D&D to have fun.
So anyway, you have to do that one. Whichever one sounds the most fun.
I do think that the idea of the necromancer who's suddenly forced with like, practical application of his morally questionable art is pretty funny.
Like a neutral good, or maybe even lawful good. Like, I have reservations about what I'm doing, but we need this now. So
someone who's fully
really
just
sorry.
Like archaeology in the practice of it. Like, I teach about archaeology, but I've never had to go in and like dig through all of the sites, and that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's really fun.
Fun character idea. Okay. No. Well, the only issue, our only issue would be we don't have any healing.
Oh.
Hey, listen.
Healing is for wimps.
Well, the bard is
bard. Yeah.
I have healing word. Listen, guys. I definitely did already build out what this version of the character would be, and he is very far from support at the moment. I could make him more support. I don't know if that's fully Sareth's bag as a swords bard.
No, listen, healing sucks in 5th edition anyway. You know the best defense is? A good offense.
A good offense, that's right.
This party's gonna die in one fight.
That's all right, we'll just wake up.
That's gonna be the whole campaign, is we die every single game and then wake up the next one.
What class is Sareth this time?
To be fair, Calixtus wasn't much of a healer either.
That's true.
That's true.
No, Griffin was the healer in that party.
Griffin was the party healer. Yeah, fully.
Griffin's head. Can we just have Griffin's head heal?
Yeah,
technically, yes, but we're not going to do that.
We want to play this campaign, but have no consequences. Can you just heal us whenever we get hurt?
I got
Can we
you.
just go, ow, Bobby,
I got you.
it hurts.
Yeah, that's what you can do.
You pull Griffin's head out and make him kiss your boo-boos.
That's right. That's the trick. Yeah, you just you'll have a floating fairy, but instead of saying, "Hey, listen," it'll say, "I'm gonna heal you, motherfuckers."
Awesome.
That'd be another great character to play. Would be Eduardo.
Eduardo Silvertooth. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh God, I hate that guy though.
It's exposure therapy, Casey.
Exposure therapy.
That means that Eduardo is also real?
No, I'm just saying he'd be a fun character to play. I'm not saying that.
No, he totally is, because if Jasper Manderbolt is real, and Jasper Manderbolt has like the Dragonborn dude of his, and the Dragonborn dude has a feud with Eduardo. Oh shit!
Unless some of the things that you know about Jasper Manderbolt
I really hope a lot of it was just stuff that I made up.
What if the dream version of Jasper Manderbolt's not the same as the real life version?
Right, because you never met the man. So
That's true.
That's true.
You're just projecting.
Well, I never met him
if I ever have
in
to play
game.
him,
Right.
it's fine that it
I
sounds
never met him in game. Technically, Sereth met him because he removed the crown from his head and told him Person's name.
Right.
in the dream.
In the dream.
In the dream.
Yeah.
You're gonna really shit your head when Captain Nikolai Castera shows up again.
He can't. No. He and Magpie, if we're gonna continue, have to just be the parts of my personality. Because if Captain Nikolai Castera shows up, it's going to mess up like who I am.
You look to your left and you see Magpie standing there.
See, that's going to be the new version of PTSD that I have. Yeah. Instead of seeing a dragon floating around, I'm just going to look and see Captain on one side and Magpie on the other.
It's an important note. The dragon is fair game again.
Yeah, apparently it always was.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's still alive. I mean, you guys kind of kicked your guys' ass, so it's. Okay, Casey, which character are you thinking?
I have an interesting thing.
Yeah.
If Kyle jumps in and plays Bloodna,
yeah,
are we gonna have
be a wizard?
Are we gonna be dual rockin' wizards?
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Why not?
Magic missile.
I mean, it's also the same question of like, if you play Tom, would he be a rogue, and then we would have two rogues?
He's probably not going to be a rogue. He'll probably be. I'm thinking originally I was kind of liking the idea of him being a sorcerer, but if we've got like that many casters, probably not a good idea.
Sorcerer bard, sorcerer cult leader, sorcerer goblin, wizard. The party just walks in. They're like, "Can this problem be solved by magic?" Yes, it can.
Magic fireball solves. It's always morally correct to cast fireball.
Oh my god! So has anyone seen the what is the name of the guy who does the comedy the comedy D&D stuff with the dragon that bobs back and forth?
Joe Cat.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Cat. Yes, the Idiot's Guide to Dungeons and Dragons. So there's one about wizards and how fireball is the answer to everything. It's like one of the famous ones. But there's a scene in it where it's him sitting at a desk saying, "Yes, fireball. Yes, fireball." And you have to click OK. And then it says, "Yes, fireball." Or only fireball. That's what it is. And it's a scene from a game that Grace and I have played recently. What is that game called, Grace? Do you remember? Doki Doki Literature Club. Yes. Yeah, it is amazing. Highly recommended.
Talk about mindfuck.
Yeah, talk about mindfucks is right. Anyway, but yes. So if everyone wants to be casters, do that. I mean, is it possible that there might be some things that will make your life difficult? Of course, but that's D&D.
Yeah, no. If everybody's gonna be casters, I'll probably either be a ranger or a monk.
I do also love the
multi-class ranger
idea.
monk.
I love the idea of you as a monk, just because it's very much not the like, I am a serene. It's like the Daredevil monk, where it's like, no, I punch first. You can try and punch me. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna still stand, and I'm gonna punch you back.
He's not there to be nice. He is he is there to make your life a living hell. There's nothing serene and zen about a goblin monk. At least not Tom. But I just like the idea of him just being a scrapper. Just
okay.
All right, I think I'm gonna go with the nerdy necromancer.
I like it.
Me too.
He dies, I'll be the chief.
Okay, so
yeah.
So if he dies, you've got a proper tank. But until then, you've got. Do you know what race he is?
I don't know yet.
Okay, question marks. That's fine.
Centaur. Be a pony centaur.
I don't know yet.
You can't kick this dead horse.
Be a hobgoblin. Be a kobold.
Bugbear.
Maybe whatever race he was doesn't matter because he ended up in Blackburn and got sprinkled with some dragon blood. Now he's a kobold.
Now he's a kobold.
That's very good. Have you guys seen the thing they're putting where it's like a average teen horse girl movie, but like immediately into the movie her horse dies and the rest of the movie becomes her studying occult lore to try and resurrect her horse? They call it Necromancer.
No, but I love that name.
I just want this to be made so bad. The tagline would be, "You can't kick this dead horse." Or no, you can't beat this dead horse.
You can't beat this dead
that's
horse.
more like it. That makes sense.
That's good.
That's pretty good. Necroprancer.
Love that.
Kobold. Adulthood at age 6.
That doesn't. I mean.
Oh my god, we're gonna have a goblin and a kobold in our party.
I think the kobolds in this circumstance can be whatever your normal age would have been if you decide you want to go that route. I was mostly joking.
Kobolds do get pack tactics.
Oh, very nice.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Possibility.
Then we have two player characters that have sunlight sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but now we're in the darkness, so.
That's true.
All right, so yeah, Tom could either be a ranger if we wanted to go if we needed somebody. I seem to remember that Eris was actually kind of good at survival stuff. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, she had survival if memory serves. Let me take a look. See if I can actually still see that.
Remember that much about what she was good at.
I know she was our roll the survival check person for sure. Points of light. Have you campaign? No. That's not right. Oh, I see. I can't. Okay. Never mind then.
I can't select her either.
Yeah, I see. It'll just let you view the profile. You have to click on the name itself, and then it'll work. No, apparently not. I mean, at least on this character sheet, she was maybe the one we roll survival, but it was still as +0. Not that great at it.
Nope. What was she good for? What am I getting myself into playing Eris again?
I mean, she was really good at throwing daggers. She was.
You have the bandolier still.
That's true.
That's right. The bandolier was good.
Mm-hmm.
She has good toys.
I gotta ask. How is Eris not dead?
That's an excellent question. I was very surprised by that myself.
Yeah.
I'm very happy she's not dead.
But we kind of the description was pretty much her going up into dust.
Yeah. What? This is horrible. What was Kyle's first barbarian's name?
Jorug.
Jorug. Thank you.
Jorug got stomped to death and eaten by a dragon, I think.
Yeah.
The same dragon that I think ran off with Griffin's body. If I was a gambling man.
Oh, what if that dragon just has it in a hoard somewhere?
That'd be fair. I was talking to Steve about this, because of how artificers work, if Griffin's head is still Griffin, literally you just have to put him on top of like a suit of full plate and he's good, because if he touches armor and turns it into his like arcane armor, it supplies the effects of any missing limb.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's
super
dumb.
helpful as an artificer.
Yeah.
Artificer Warforged, super busted.
It's hilarious. So someday I'll bring him back, but not now. Not as Healer Bot 5000.
Well, it's perfect because it's the perfect thing right now for you to be able to DM the campaign still playing Griffin, not as a full like DM PC, but then in the future if like somebody else starts DMing a thing and we throw Griffin in, you can easily do that, you know?
That's true.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I like having the option. I did think it was funny when Steve was like, "Yep, the severed head of Griffin is talking to you."
Okay, I have a question because you knew that Griffin was still alive and about the whole residuum thing way early.
Not way early.
Like
the day of or hours before the game where you woke up the first time. Steve was like, "Hey," it's like, "Okay, yeah, I can do that."
So when you asked Steve, you were like, what was the name of that magic drug that someone got addicted to in one of our old campaigns? And he was like, Residuum. And then you used Residuum in a thing.
Oh, yeah, I knew then.
Yeah. Okay.
I just had forgotten what Residuum was called, so I needed to ask Steve, hey, what was that stuff called? Oh, Residuum. Right. Okay, great.
That's so good. Oh, man. That was so fun.
Yeah, that used to be how we like break magic items down and turn them into new magic items, because there used to be like crafting magic item things that we would do. And then that got weird. Let's see. Yeah, so it sounds like Austin is playing Sereth Fethethriel, Drow Bard / maybe Sorcerer.
I'm leaning pretty hard that way.
Okay, so Drow Bard Sorcerer. Are you going full coffee lock mode or nah?
What do you mean?
Oh, okay, cool. You haven't looked into it. Never mind. Forget I ever said anything.
Well, I know what the coffee lock is, but that you have to be a warlock to be able to do that, right?
Oh yeah, you do. That's right. It's not Bard Sorcerer. It's Sorcerer Warlock. That's the dumb combo.
Yeah.
I still had in my mind that Sereth was a warlock, but he's not. Yeah, not yet anyway.
He can't be. I mean, he could be.
Not to Persone. I mean, I guess he could be, depending.
Hey, Persone, let's do it again.
Well, you know, Persone was an alias, so it's not like Persone couldn't come back to you and be like, "My name is Joe. I think you and I should make a deal. I'll give you power."
That Persone guy, he's the worst. Join me, and I'll help you.
Yeah, but probably not. Okay, so we've got a Drow Sorcerer Bard. We've got a Dwarven Rogue, a Goblin Monk or Ranger or both. To answer your question, I don't know if you were gone when we established this, but it doesn't look like Eris did have any survival skills, insofar as we can tell.
Because we were all pretty screwed in that first game when it was like, make a survival check, and we're like,
yeah.
Sorry, make a what?
Yeah. Make it who? When?
Because you guys had just finished playing, or were in the middle of playing Tomb, and you were like, wow, it's crazy to be playing both a party who's exceptional at surviving in the wilderness, and one who can't tell which way's fucking up.
Yeah, Grace's character, that's probably where that confusion came from, because Grace's character in the Tomb game, Hadera, could just be like, I close my eyes and point directly where we're fucking going, because my survival is that high, and that is not true for Eris. Eris is like, I close my eyes and I point, and there's alcohol there. Yes! Let's see.
Eris will be very disappointed to have never met Captain.
Yeah. But she'll meet Captain
Oh,
vicariously through Sereth.
She'll meet new Sereth.
Sereth
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, Eris will definitely like new Sereth a bit
As
better.
long as
Actually-
new Sereth doesn't be such a downer, because he sounds a little bit like a downer.
You know, like retroactively looking back at it, Sereth and Eris were the ones that were in the pub by the water, and Sereth was one of the people that would like get drinks for free and get drunk in the bar in the pub. So it actually kind of works. I like it.
Bob, are we doing
for sure.
for character creation? Are we doing the racially guided +2/+1, or are we doing the you get 2 to a stat and 1 to a stat?
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we need to do the racially guided ones. I like the flexibility of you get to pick where your +2 goes, you get to pick where your +1 goes.
Cool.
Great.
And all the optional stuff is fine. And then as far as level, we talked about 6, and then I'm gonna how's the best way to do this? Because some people already have magic items, which is to say, Sereth has 1 magical sword, and Eris has 1 magical dagger throwing harness. And
also, Sereth also has his hat.
I
guess
don't.
that's true. No, you do. Your hat. It's a helmet. It's a helmet. It's got spikes on it. Yeah, your hat. Yeah.
It's a cool hat.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to shower.
It's a hat of disguise if you wanted to disguise yourself as Heska.
I think one of the things is that I am gonna have the disguise self spell as a bard, because like I think that the residuum is going to have like seen all of the shit that I was doing in the dream and been like, great, let's figure it out.
Magic dust.
Okay, so here's an idea for Bob. Not Bob.
Okay.
Tom. He could be a Beastmaster Ranger with a giant bat that he rides around. Because he has the bats. It's canon. They have the bats.
The bats. It's canon. I am completely on board for having the bat. So long as Tom also has a net.
I mean, he'll have
that was
he
the
can
gimmick.
He can have a net. He's just gonna be really bad with it because
That's
they're
fine.
the worst weapons.
The goblins that we encountered were bad with the nets too, and they still managed to drag. Was it Jorg? They still managed to drag Jorg off the fucking cliff with them. Yep. So that's fine.
Question: are you going to use the original Beastmaster Ranger or Tasha's updated Beastmaster Ranger?
Oh god, no! The original Beastmaster was terrible, though.
Yeah, use the updated one.
Yeah, but the rules are changed for that, though. I think like what the beast is. It's no longer like you don't choose a beast. It's like a.
You choose. I think it's like a
land, air, or sea beast.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with you choose. Let me double check it because I looked into this back when we were first trying to come up with stuff for Hedera, because before she became a dragon mama, this was the way that was probably going to go. Okay.
Wait, were you a Drake Warden?
She was a Drake Warden.
Oh, is it cool? Is it as cool as it sounds?
It is as cool.
In theory, it was super cool. In practice, I didn't get that much use out of it because it takes a long time for the little Drake to grow up super tough. And also, it's ever D&D campaign, so I just didn't know how to play it.
Yeah, gotcha. Steve, this is fine. You can just do the Primal Companion optional rules and just flavor it as a giant bat, and I'm totally on board because it's still a medium beast. Oh, wait, hold on. Is it a medium beast?
A giant bat's a large beast, but it can be medium, and that totally works because Tom is small.
Those assholes. So they did this on purpose. I'm noticing how they did this. For land and sea, it's a medium beast, and for beast of the sky, it's a small beast. So that you can't do that exact thing that you just described. That's really stupid.
Mother bastards. Okay, here we go. Beast of the small beast. Sons of bitches.
Well,
that doesn't
they're
work.
not DMing our game. They're not DMing our game.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think it's cool, and I like the flavor of it. So you go ahead and have a medium beast. That's fine. I disliked that with so they did the same thing with the Drake Warden too. They're like, oh cool, it becomes a little dragon hatchling, and that's great. Except it's not until 14th level that it becomes large.
That seems
and it's
like
small until then.
Well, sometime that's not right now, I'll share with you my rant about my opinions about the 5th edition design team's take on balance. But
yeah,
now is not that time.
No, for sure. And there's some size stuff too. Like a bunch of people were calling them out for being like, "You're fucking cowards. Pixies are tiny, you assholes. You should make your pixies tiny. All these fairies, they should be tiny." And so yeah, people have gotten on them a little bit because they don't want to have to deal with all of the problematic size stuff, I guess.
Okay, well, in that case, I will make Tom a ranger.
Okay, Goblin Ranger. It sounds like Beastmaster Ranger.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a try. I'll have to touch up on the Beastmaster, the new Beastmaster rules, because I know that they changed them.
That's so great.
Because it's Primal Companion now. It's not. It's like a whole different thing. But
yeah. In combat, it acts on your turn. It uses its move and reaction on its own.
All right, so you can use a bonus action to command it, as opposed to before, where it used to be your full action.
Yes, which is an improvement because it was really dumb to be like, hey, cool, I'm Hedera. I can shoot 2 arrows and hit for 64 points of damage, or I can tell my dragon to breathe on you for 1d6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Which of those makes sense?
Cool. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I'll give it a try. Worst case scenario, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to fly and this bat's going to get shot out of the sky and Tom's going to fall to his death, and it's going to be 100%. Hilarious. Listen, if Tom dies, it's nothing more than he deserves. Like, it's just, or nothing less than he deserves. He has it coming.
He deserves it.
He has it, yeah.
He dragged no fewer than 3 people to Calixtus to get sacrificed to Baal. So we're good with whatever Tom's fate is. Allegedly. That's right.
Could we please, like, a little respect for Thomas here?
Okay. Well, okay, so Casey, did you like and we could talk more about this independently, but as far as the link there, like, do you want to be from that school, and then why is he coming into the darkness? Is it like is he on assignment? Is it his thesis? Is he like, I gotta finish my dissertation, and in order to finish my dissertation, maybe your advisor is Jasper Manderbolt, and he's like, I fucking hate this kid. And this kid is either going to get Eris for me or fucking die in the darkness, and either of those work for me. Like, you've just been a thorn in Jasper Manderbolt's side since the day one.
It could be that he sent him in before the darkness fell, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I need you to go find someone.
I probably I could totally see like me just taking my time, because I was like, I don't care about this Eris person, but I'm going to stop by every single city that has a library. Maybe
gonna give this guy a hard time.
Maybe you've been initiated.
Oh.
No, I've already played one cultist.
That's fair.
I'm curious how your character got into necromancy, which is a question I'll ask at some point, but it doesn't have to be right now.
I probably, because I don't know. I don't know exactly yet, but it has to do with something that he's like, skinny nerdy kid.
I'm imagining Ichabod Crane from Sleepy Hollow, like the Tim Burton version, where he's doing autopsies and stuff, and the entire time he's like kind of trying not to throw up because it's really gross, and it's like, I'm going to revolutionize things.
Maybe he started because he found this skull that was left to him by his father, but it has all these black petals growing out of it, and he's just like, what the fuck is this? I gotta experiment on this.
That's how Casey's character died 7 days after making him. Okay. Yeah, I could see like, maybe you're just a natural touch with necromancy. Like, the first time you tried to cast spells from different schools, like, you're like, oh, evocation, and it's like a little fizzle, some smoke. You're like, okay, well, that's not it. And the first time you tried to cast like a any necromantic spell like went off with double force or something, you're like, oh, okay.
He was, he's bullied by the other wizards, and then, ends up cursing them or something.
Bob, is it okay if I use the Tasha's optional class features?
Oh, absolutely. All the optional stuff I'm good with. I really like the flavor all of the optional stuff gives for the various classes, so I am on board with all of that stuff.
I have not even looked at that yet.
A lot of them
for
are
sword bards, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the bards didn't get like a ton of more optional stuff, but like rangers.
Bards are pretty good.
Bards are pretty good. Rangers were a trash fire, so they got a lot of extra. Just a lot of extra.
We're gonna fix up the ranger a bit.
A little bit.
They needed it, especially the Beastmaster. I think that was like in the top 2 of classes that people complained about. Like, this doesn't feel fun. It's not thematically working the way that we want it to, and it's a pain and it's weak. And yeah,
it's just bad. It was just
bad. Fix it, please.
Cool. All right. I will.
Cool.
And I started working on a Hero Forge version of Tom because I had a feeling that he was going to be the guy. That way I can make a token and send him your way, Bob.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I just noticed that once you have the extra attack feature, you can make one weapon attack yourself when you command the beast to take the attack action. That's fun. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'll have to read up a little bit more on it, and I'll whip up Tom. So yeah, what I was thinking is that like depending on how the game starts, like they could have captured Tom, like however that would have happened. But yeah, Tom is very quickly going to change sides because I have a feeling that the crown is more than just like a symbolic item for the people who have sworn fealty to it. So it could be very possible that Sereth is Tom's boss. In the same way that Heska was. It's going to last exactly as long as it takes for Tom to get that helmet. But,
Yeah, Tom, you can fucking have it, okay?
There's only one way
it gives
Tom knows
me?
how to get that helmet.
It gives you. I think it's you get advantage on all social checks against goblinoids.
Goblinoids,
and you get +1 AC.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
You put it on in the first place. Yes. Yeah, that's definitely part of it.
I like how Bob didn't know that it was cursed, but he heavily suspected that it was cursed because he was like, "I'm gonna put it on the table and wait and see what happens." And then Sereth was like, "Ooh, a helmet! Blonk! It doesn't come off." And Griffin's like,
Griffin has an 18 intel. He's like,
listen, guys,
I'll wait to experiment on this.
Sereth has a 10 intel.
There you go.
That's why Sereth was also fully ready to kill that priestess. I was like, listen, what's another curse?
What? Pile them on. Let's go.
That was Magpie's thinking, too. He actually, there was a moment where it's like, I'm already cursed and I have a voice. Maybe I should just, dome her. And then I let her leave because Magpie is mostly good.
Mostly.
Actually, he might have been chaotic neutral. Anyway, I don't remember. Okay. So it sounds like we have a good sense of what characters people are playing and kind of where we're starting and what level we're starting. So I think that's probably enough ground to cover.
Is there anything that we need to know?
I don't think so. I think that you have. Once the characters are there, I think since we can, I'm going to try to pick it up. Right, very shortly after Sereth wakes up on the table and everything's burning message comes through. And then, because I think I have the stuff that I want in place to get you out of that section of the world and into the next section of the world. So no, I think that stuff should be good. And then because I think equity is good and you're all level 6 now and 2 of you have magic items already, Steve and Casey, you can both pick a common or uncommon magic item for your characters since since Sereth and Eris already have magic items, so you can figure out what you want that to be.
What about?
God damn it! You give them an inch.
It's not going to be weird.
Sure.
Is it the Book of Vile Darkness?
No. I was going to ask for the Eye of Vecna, but it's fine.
No. So back in the day, if this were a campaign I was running as a 16-year-old, hell yeah, I'd be like, take that Eye of Vecna, let's roll with it. I was telling Grace the other day about the campaign that I ran where it was George at like level 18, and then Steve had a 6-armed dwarf. Each arm had a different +5 magic weapon, and he would throw the dwarf like a cannonball, like Wolverine and Colossus, and he would throw Steve's character, and Steve's character would do like 12 attacks on them, and everything in the game, including a Tarrasque. I was like, fine, you're fighting the fucking Tarrasque. And I was like, cool. 1 round later, the Tarrasque was dead.
No way.
It was amazing.
That game
it was dumb.
It was so dumb.
But back in the day, that was like my style. Was like highest fantasy, highest level, highest amount of fucking nonsense you could pile on.
Really
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
surprise
awesome.
me. I can still see you fighting those tendencies to just
I still do.
give people all the items, give people all the levels, and just watch stuff get super overpowered.
Yeah. So Bobby, can we level up?
No. Milestone leveling. That's something you should know. It's nice to be on the other side of this for once.
Yeah.
Are we
but
level
listen,
7 yet? No.
But listen, if Sereth could be level 7, it would help me out a lot, just because, like...
Yes, think of Sereth. God, don't be so
Yeah, of course. Well, it's like he was level 7 in his dreams. So sorry.
I was fully ready for you to be like, you're back to level
3.
buddy.
I thought about it for a long time, but I was like, I already have some ideas. In the level 3 party, like I'd have to tone my ideas down considerably.
I'm gonna level 1 D&D is the worst. It's like you guys fight a goblin and I guess like a rat. I don't know. Like it's a goblin and a rat, and it's gonna be rough going.
I had the first session of the one with Lindsay and our friends, and we stopped right before combat, and I was like, good, because I'm going to need to nerf a few things, because, man, the party's split, half of them are blinded, and they were only going up against, like, a couple of nobles and bandits, and now I'm like, that's still too much.
It may not be. It may not be. You never know. D&D combat balance is terrible.
Scaling, the scaling is rough. Like there were some things in the other campaign, in the Saturday campaign, that I was like, oh, this is very bad. Like they're gonna get fucking ruined here. And then I put them in that situation, and they're like, I'm like, God, I hope, fingers crossed, don't let them start a fight. Don't let them start a fight. Don't let them start a fight. And then one of the characters says to the other, you should dome her. And he does, and the fight starts, and I'm like, oh, they're fucked. And then, no, they just ruined it. Like 2 turns, done. So, D&D.
The season...
I want to be part of that level 1 battle where the party gets wrecked by a rat, though.
That's,
Yeah, it's not great. It's not a good feeling for anybody. But the season... The season finale of the last game, that fight was considered to be like super hard, and you guys wrecked that fight. Like it's like, oh, okay.
Did we?
Yeah.
I had to slit my throat to survive it at the end. I don't know if that's wrecking that fight.
Yeah, that wasn't the fight's problem.
I think it also helps that like a good portion of that fight was fought by you fighting yourself. Yeah, well, like it was very helpful that we were like, all right, we're just gonna let the Clozoa deal with these.
That's because your party cast one spell that effectively neutralized a third of the combat. Actually, more than a third, because the other people were fighting anyway. Yeah. 5th edition. God, I miss 4th edition sometimes.
Which is a scary thing to say, because 4th edition combat was long.
It was long, but oh my god, running 4th edition. It was so good. You could create. Oh, I'm not going to get into it, but running 4th edition was a dream. So good. Casey will back me on this one.
But I liked 4th edition as a DM because you could do so many things. It's so easy.
They made it so transparent and so easy. It was great. And you see, every combat I had like unique things going on because like I could change this and it's easy. And the
Yeah.
math was very simple. It wasn't like 5th edition combat encounter math, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, so no. It's like, no, here's how it works. An equal CR creature is equal to 1 person of the same level.
That would be nice, because that would make this much easier.
Yes, and then minions were a quarter of a monster.
So you just put 4.
So you just put 4. And here's how you make that monster. Either way, there you are.
Yeah.
Oh god, I loved 4th edition. Combats did take forever.
Creating combats in 5th edition is harder. I've noticed that already with the other campaign, and I suspect I'm going to run into the same thing here, but that's okay. That is okay.
Yeah.
Bobby, I'm excited.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just based on your characters already, I mean, 3 of you already have a history, so I'm excited to see how. So okay, that's an important question, Casey. Do you want your nerdy necromancer to start in Blackburn? Does it make sense for him? Okay. So you ended up That's fine.
Library, just like checking out a book. You know?
That works. So like he spent some time in the library, and okay, yeah.
I was like, oh, keep tabs on Eris, but I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, like you actually found her. You're like, oh, cool. I'm gonna get to complete my degree. Jasper's gonna let me get it.
Yeah.
And then the darkness hit.
Choose a class.
And then the dragon hit.
Level. Oh, here's an important question. Hit points.
That is a good question.
I guess we can just roll them at the beginning of next game.
Let's do that. At first level max, like always, and then we'll roll the others at the beginning of the next game.
Okay.
I can just keep all of my level 7 hit points and everything, right?
Nice.
No. What did you say, Casey?
I rolled my hit point.
Oh. Oh wow! Look at that. 3,232 hit points. That's pretty good. I'm actually impressed. Of those 60 D100, you did get 100. Nicely done.
Yeah. See.
But yeah. See, bards and warlocks get the same hit die, right? D8.
But I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Warlocks get a D6.
Sorcerers. No, warlocks get a D8.
Do they? Okay.
I'm like 90% sure.
Warlocks might get more, actually.
It's not a D10. It's a D8.
It might be that sorcerers only get a D6.
I think that's what it is. Sorcerers are a D6. Wizards are a D4. Warlocks are D8. Yeah.
No, wizards are D6 too.
Oh yeah.
No one's D4.
Warlocks are D. Oh, wizards are D6 too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
They bumped them.
That was kind of them. Okay. Because back in the day, that was embarrassing. It'd be like,
I know that.
A passerby farted in your direction. You actually died. Sorry.
House cats could
3.5
kill wizards.
Absolutely.
Yeah, house cats. Yeah, house cat could legitimately kill a wizard for first level.
Easily.
Wizard and bards were D4. It's insane.
All right, I have to look up optional. What's the new favored foe? When you hit a creature with
no, the new favored foe sucks. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that. If you're gonna pick up Hunter's Mark, period, the new favored foe thing is it's not great.
Well, the great thing about a Goblin Eye, though, is I could pick up humanoids as a favorite enemy and not feel bad about it. Because it's totally in character.
And totally true.
Spells.
Yeah, right?
Did they get rid of this as a bonus action? Hold on.
When you hit a creature with attack roll, you can call in your mystical bond with the nature to mark the territory. So when you hit a creature, you can favor enemy them. So it just replaces favorite enemy entirely. It just makes it so when you hit somebody, you can do extra damage to them.
Okay, they might have actually changed that again since the last time I looked at it, because it used to be, it increases to a D6 at 6th level, which is what it would be.
Favorite foe is way better. Wait.
Favorite foe has gotten better.
It's different. So it replaces favorite enemy. The problem is that, hold on, you don't get a bonus to tracking the enemies.
Yes, those bonuses go away, and instead you're better at murdering them. Which,
I'll have to think about it.
You can accomplish the same thing with casting Hunter's Mark one time. And also, because it does the same thing where it's like, you mark it for a minute or until you lose consciousness as though you were concentrating on a spell. So if you were going to do that anyway, cast Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, I actually think, and this is going to sound weird to say, but I'm going to pick favorite enemy. Like, I'm not going to choose the new optional one. The other one's better for
agree.
like... All right, so my humanoids, because I have to pick 3 different types of humanoids, so I don't just have all humanoids. It's going to be humans, dwarves, because that's fitting for the location we're at.
So because then if Casey's Necromancer is a human, you will have extra skills at tracking anyone in your party.
Well, I can only get 2, as it turns out.
Okay.
Though I can't pick at level 6. I get a new choice, but I can't pick humanoid again because for some reason they're all like, Ugh. But I get to pick a language.
So funny.
If you want to pick up human, I will not stop you because it makes perfect sense for me that a human could be a goblin's preferred enemy.
Oh no, I have human. It's
human and dwarves. I see. Got it.
Because it's humanoids. It's all humanoids, but they're like, you can't just have all humanoids as your favorite enemy. There's too many of them, so you have to pick 2. So humans and dwarves, because for the lore of the game, that makes sense. My level 6 option, though.
Level 6. The Deft Explorer stuff compared to Natural Explorer is pretty
way better. Yeah. No, Deft Explorer is. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna pick Deft Explorer because it's so much better.
Yeah, because you can just pick survival, and instead of being like, oh, I have Natural Explorer, the darkness. Okay.
No, it's just not Deft Explorer is just better.
Yeah.
Pretty much across the board.
Is Tom? Is he gonna be like an up in your face kind of ranger? Is he going to be a shooty ranger?
He's going to be a shooty ranger, probably. Okay. He's going to fly around on his bat and shoot people.
That tracks.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
It would be funny though if he had a javelin. If he was a javelin ranger, pick up thrown weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Instead of plus 2
goblins throwing javelins are pretty canon. So.
I'll have to think about it. I'm kind of rolling them up right now, kind of as I go.
Yeah.
I put New Seraph into the Grey Escape.
Oh, okay.
I had to figure out a feat. Oh, he has extra attack. Right, because you get that at 5th level. Okay, cool.
Why does Raven feel when it sucks?
A lot of necromancy spells.
Yeah, necromancy spells. Yeah.
Oh, and I went Shadow Sorcerer.
Casey... Oh, okay.
That felt was right.
Funny because you're okay. Yeah. Because you're not attached to Persona anymore, so I would have thought maybe you would have gone a different way with it, but
I was like, if it's because of the residuum having a weird effect with the demon leaving, and it's a demon of the darkness, I was like, it's either going to be that or wild magic.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to do wild magic.
That's fair. Casey, I'll look in the Helianas and see if there's any of the necromancy spells that they include in that are halfway interesting, and if so, I'll send it over to you.
Okay.
Because if it's not broken as hell, I'm cool with you using it, and I think most of these have been pretty well play tested. Anyway, what were you saying, Austin?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I have a player in my pirate campaign who's a wild magic sorcerer, and in our first campaign they got a surge and rolled a 0, which is the one where you roll 10 times.
Oof.
Did I share it? I have a write-up of when our wild mage did that. I think I shared that with you.
Oh, I've read it.
Yeah, so good.
Kyle, I haven't read it because of you sending it to me. I've read it before I was in this group, and Kyle was like, read this.
You'll understand what playing with Steve is like if you read this one thing.
That's when I was like, Kyle, I'm playing in the next game.
That was such a good moment.
Oh, man. But believe it or not, it was all things that were good. It wasn't and now we're going to destroy the ship. So now because it was when they like disguised themselves to look like a seagull or something, and so they got mirror image. They are shedding blinding light. They have a beard made of feathers. They like gained temporary hit points. It was like all really good stuff, and I was like, dang it. So it was interesting, for sure.
It'd be really funny if Tom was a folk hero, but I don't think that makes much sense. He's probably going to be...
Not unless he's like a folk hero, but only to goblinoids. Because, okay, so here's an argument for Tom being a folk hero to goblinoids. When you first introduced us to Tom, way back yonder in whatever the name of that fucking town was, Valiance...
Fort Vigilance?
Fort Vigilance, there we go. He had a reputation for all of the people around there that, like, if you ever needed anything, like, they would nod to him and they would give him little gestures, and you kind of made it a point of like, Tom has a reputation here, right?
Right. So I'm probably going to go either criminal/spy.
Okay.
Or I was looking at smuggler also, but probably criminal spy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That way he gets his proficiencies in deception and sleight of hand.
Which are important.
Which are important because he is this close to being
the High Overlord of the Goblinoids.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever going to be his destiny.
Yeah, that's obviously Sarah's.
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I think I don't know if I have any other things. We got the items thing set up. You guys can just message me when you think of like, oh, how does this work item-wise? Does this sound good? And I'll, Casey, yeah, we can look through Heliana's book a little bit and see if we can find some spells that feel like they fit thematically. I'll look specifically for necromancy spells because, yeah, you're right. Ray of Enfeeblement's like, cool, it's a debuff that might be useful maybe for one turn, maybe?
Yeah. Pretty...
I burned a level 1 spell slot on it, or is it 2?
And Bob, make sure you assign everybody character sheets so they can...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. I'll do that now. Yeah. We can do that
if you just want to assign mine, if you just want to assign mine to Casey, he did such a bang up job last
time. Do I do that from the main page? I didn't have to do that the last. Oh, you know what? I remember how you do it. Add character, and then I will assign these in players' journals.
Okay.
Casey, your character's name is Dewoso Nirai. Ewide.
I am.
Is Austin. So you can pretty much edit all of this stuff. So, and Grace will obviously...
I think you need to do one more thing on the characters.
Okay. And Grace hasn't accepted my invitation yet, so I can't assign hers.
Wow.
I know.
Your own.
The only one who's married to me, and she didn't even accept my invitation.
Homework before this game, and he told me to do nothing.
I said the only things are the links in the Discord, and you don't have to worry about it.
I specifically said I have not been on Discord all week because I've been working. Should I go on and catch up on anything and do anything before the chat?
That's fine. If we're being very honest, we know that I am going to input all of Eris's stuff into this thing, so you can make her on D&D Beyond, and I will port it all over, and you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. So for now, don't sweat it, but everyone else has been assigned character sheets, and we're good to go. Cool.
Great.
That we could probably stop the stream. Not a very interesting stream for people tonight. I apologize, but next time should be more interesting.